Hello and welcome to another episode of Learning Things with Sweaty Landscapers. That's me. Take a good sniff. Do you smell anything? No? Good, that's proof that the internet is working. All right, jokes aside, today we're gonna learn how to clean up a rose. If your roses are coming out of winter and they look something like this, where they look gross and nasty, but they still have good blooms and good greenery underneath, we're gonna talk about how to clean that up today. What you will need for this project is a pruners and maybe a trash can or something to put the rose clippings in. I'm just gonna throw them on the ground and rake them up later, throw them on the brush pile, or take them to the dump and dispose of them that way. Let's begin. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is take your pruners, careful of the thorns, not to break yourself. Go back as far as you can along the dead part of the rose and make a cut. You can grab the rose material with your pruners like this and toss it aside. All right, you see that's created a nice cavity there of no gross rose bits. Keep those gross rose bits out the rose. Being very careful again, not to get poked. Ouch, just did it. I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna cut off this whole massive branch because that is all gross, dead rose. We're gonna get rid of that. And I'm just gonna keep doing that around the entire plant. And what this is gonna do, this is gonna make it honestly just so healthy and look so good so that your garden doesn't look overgrown. Roses are an awesome, gorgeous thing that you can add in your garden, but so often they get overgrown and make the garden look awful, which is no bueno. Notice here, I made a mistake and I clipped off not only some beautiful greenery, but 2 rose buds as well. What you can do with these, if you do that, is you can just cut them off like that, stick them in a water vase, and then give them to your loved one or something. Oh, mi amor, these roses, they are for you. Oh yeah, let's go. So if you have roses or a landscape project coming up, then I've got a gift for you. It is my step-by-step landscape guide that I give to my customers to save them time, stress, and money when doing their landscape projects. It is step-by-step what I do as a professional landscaper when I'm doing my job, and I'm gonna give that to you for free. It's in the link below this video, or you can get it by scanning the QR code right here. I'm just gonna leave that there. You can scan it at your leisure. And I'm gonna keep cutting these roses. So yeah, go ahead and pick up that guide. It's gonna save you a ton of time, a ton of stress, and a ton of money. Because believe it or not, professional landscapers do their landscaping differently than a homeowner would. And it's not just the tools that we have access to, it's the processes that actually make that viable. A lot of times, you know, landscapers have nice big tools and stuff, but those tools aren't really adding to their profit margin that much. They're actually one of the biggest overheads for a landscape company. So the process or the efficiency of a landscape crew is often where the money is made for us. So if you download this guide, you're gonna learn step by step exactly how to do your landscaping like a landscaper would, so that you can spend less time doing your landscaping and more time in your landscape enjoying it and inviting your friends over, having parties, or just spending time in it yourself. One of my favorite things to do is spend a little bit of time every day after work out in the landscape, just trimming things up, listening to a podcast, listening to a book, learning something, being entertained. Overall, it's a good time. So go ahead and pick that up and use it to give yourself freedom of mind and teach yourself how to enjoy the landscaping process. All right, let's finish this rose. So that is how to clean up a rose. And you might say, well, Hudson, there's a lot of leggy bits on this rose. But this customer specifically wants those and doesn't want me to remove all of the blooms from the rose. So what I would do though, if it had long stems like this, is I would just cut it back to the nearest node or the nearest place where the branch, well, branches. And I would just take that off and throw that extra branch away and shape the rose so that it was all regular and one size. Because otherwise you have a rose that's doing something like this, or it's all the way out here and it's wild, or it has like a little squat head and then like these 2 huge arms. And you don't want that. You want a rose that's just nice and all the same size and the same shape all the way around. And so if you're trimming up your own roses, I would take these leggy bits off back so that it's a nice uniform sized rose. But with this one, if you have a little space and you don't mind the sprawl a little bit, and you don't mind cleaning it up every season, then this is how to go. And that's how to clean up your roses at the end of the winter, or just whenever you notice that they are way overgrown, like right now, for example, after watching this video. So go out there and clean up your roses, and whatever you do, or whatever your landscape project is, be sure to pick up the free step-by-step guide in the link below this video, or by scanning the QR code with your phone. It will help you out tremendously, and it will walk you through how to design, install, and maintain your landscape. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you in the next video. I'm just gonna leave that over there. You can scan it anytime. I got all day. You're next.